imagine, I have on my Keen Presidios, which happen to be on my wish list. I've been wearing these for about 2 years, aside from summers when it gets really hot. And I've used shoe goo to keep the seams together and the holes. But today it turned into like, I put them on, I'm like, whoops, officially everything is coming apart and it's like a shelf, you know, the top leather part of my shoes. I'll kind of show you. So it became like a shelf. It's hard to see, but when I put my feet in, I was like, oh no, I can completely lift off the top section. These shoes have been tried and true for many years, and like every 2 years or every 3 years I'll get a new pair. They do not produce blisters, which is a big deal. Like, you know, when you get shoes and you have blisters and all that stuff. They've been the best shoes, supportive, especially for dog walking and stuff like that. So I wanted to come all the way down Walnut to get to 11th Street because I am almost certain that on their newsstand where it says play today, it says play Togay. I think they changed the Y to G, and of course that would be the edge of the neighborhood. That would be the eastern edge. So now it's like, does it say that or doesn't it? So I gotta check it out. I'm not sure if I read it correctly, but it's near NYPD Pizza and all that stuff. I will. It's funny. So technically this is, you know, mid to northern section of the neighborhood. 13th Street is Midtown Village, which has a lot of restaurants and stuff like that. Stores and shops owned by Marcy Tooney and Valerie Safran, a lesbian couple who bought up a whole bunch of, you know, property, I guess, in the neighborhood in Midtown Village. So they have like 4 restaurants and a store named Verde and stuff like that. So, anyway, that's the success of the ladies. It's a little bit rare, so a lot of women really suffer without a partner. You have to have money already. So I found out, like, if you wind up in a situation that's beyond your control and you're like, oh my god, I actually need a male to provide for me, just like it's 1923. So oddly, the neighborhood wound up taking me backwards. And now, you know, I'm shopping for a husband with a lot of money. So, sorry ladies, you know, I'm off the market because of my experience. Turns out everyone else in my family has had men taking care of them big time, except for my mom, you know. But it's like, oh, you know, women will never make as much as men, regardless of their job. You already have to have money or be from a family that's already high up there in order to be fairly successful in life. And single women just can't make it. You know, they wind up renting and having to sell their souls to their landlords. You know, it's really bad. So, on the market, Chubby Chicks. It's a new one. So, dirtiest Oreo brownie sundae. Scoop DeVille. That's the scoop these days of the village. High-low, after hours. So, the neighborhood's good for all kinds of messaging and signaling and all that kinds of stuff. I smell tortillas big time all of a sudden. Dos Tacos. I was just reading about Dos Birds, or DOS Birds, because there's a... Jesus fucking Christ. That needs to be fixed immediately. I'm sorry. So, anyway. Oh, there's just, I see, there's a piece of tape under the D. And, it doesn't say Togay. I passed by so quickly that it could have looked like, see how that works, play today, and I could have seen it as play Togay and thought it was like a joke. So, do I want to do a short? NYPD Pizza. I guess they came down, this has been here forever, so I guess it's sort of like New York Pizza or whatever. I don't know if they used to be New York NYPD or what. Chicks and Bowls, of course, that's police department, you know, New York Police Department. Common Ground. Here we are at Jefferson. Oh, a little cat or similar. Oh. So, Primo Hoagies, can't eat that, I'm totally vegetarian. And full on, like, we are dedicated. I'm Nobel Prize, Peace Prize. That has to do with Falcons. So, Nobel Peace Prize winner, and Jimmy Carter was a Nobel Peace Prize winner. And the week that Jimmy Carter passed away, there was a falcon flying up and down 17th Street. I kept running into this falcon. I was trying to identify the bird. I'm like, it's not an eagle, it's not an owl. Turns out it was a falcon. Falcons are known for Atlanta, like Atlanta Falcons. And Jimmy Carter, of course, was born and raised in Georgia. Peanut farmer, all that. And then the Atlanta Falcons, the sports team, lost in the playoffs before the Super Bowl, so they wouldn't make it to the Super Bowl. Meanwhile, there was a falcon flying up and down that week, so I'm kind of curious. But Nobel Peace Prize for Jimmy Carter, whereas Reagan, who preceded him, is he his successor or preceded? Reagan wound up, you know, with an assassination attempt against him. So you have a liberal and then a Republican, and that's the difference, ladies and gentlemen. Nobel Peace Prize or assassination attempt. So, which I guess is a reversal, because a liberal Catholic JFK had an assassination attempt and successful one against him in 11/22/63. I would have to learn these things because it's something that's happened to me that began in 2011. So in a way, in a search for validation or to figure out like, what is this that's going on? Like, who recognizes this activity? And stuff like the JFK assassination would come up. So. Baby, you're a star. Da-da. That song's been on my mind because I was flipping through shorts, and in New York City a bunch of people are usually dancing at the tickets, Times Square, and where those bleachers are and everything. It's a whole show. Of course, when you're in person it looks a little different than it does on shorts and videos. Same with Philadelphia. On videos it can appear a certain way. In person it's not exactly the same. So I will say that I want to give people like a sense of reality. Because there are people like, oh, I want to go to the city. I will say, if it makes you feel better and you can't get to the city, it looks a lot different on video. In person, I've been here so long that I'm just used to everything, so it's not as impressive. Videos make buildings look taller. It's hard to explain. So I'm here to help people feel better if they can't get to the city. And they're stuck at home going, I totally know what you mean. So, but anyway, in New York, Times Square, they always have shorts with dancers and usually the latest music that's out there, and YouTube will actually suggest music. They're like, use this sound. They will give you music to use. It's like a 16-second sound bite, and one of them, I guess it's Luther by They're Not Like Us. That's the latest string of songs that are going around.